One of the most interesting aspects of the slanderous and one-sided movie Leaving Neverland is the accurate marketing strategy used to promote it. Whoever works in marketing and advertising is probably used to this kind of tactics, and can see right through them. At the same time, such a conniving approach in terms of media communication might work, with a more vulnerable and less prepared audience. Let's take a look at how the media have been playing their cards when it comes to promoting Leaving Neverland, an extremely biased, conniving movie passed off as a documentary, while in fact it should be considered a mockumentary. For this mockumentary to be perceived as factual, the marketing strategy must be based on the emotional manipulation of the audience. And this is precisely what HBO and Channel 4, co-producers of the movie, Dan Reed, director, Wade Robson, and James Safechuck have been doing all along. Given the lack of evidence of any abuse and the countless lies in the movie that can be easily debunked, just by reading official files and court documents from Safechuck and Robson's case, it is essential to heighten the credibility of a movie that, when thoroughly checked, has no credibility at all, and falls apart quickly. This goal can be only reached with the full cooperation of the media. Which is no news either, since the press has been hell-bent in destroying Jackson's image for over 30 years. Here's how the conniving marketing campaign for Leaving Neverland works. Leaving Neverland was a last-minute addition to Sundance Festival. The project was kept under wraps as long as possible, in order not to be scrutinized in its integrity by anybody connected to the person it was aimed to slander, Michael Jackson. The promotional machine behind Leaving Neverland also tried to keep the names of the accusers secret, although both Jackson's supporters and the MJ estate outed them very quickly. Robson and Safechuck are the only two people aiming at a substantial monetary settlement from Jackson's companies, and they are willing to do anything to promote their money-driven agenda. If they are willing to lie under oath, why should not they lie in a film? Even before the movie premiered at Sundance, the Mud Machine started working with the sole goal of influencing the public. The mention of counselors and therapists, ready to intervene to mitigate the shock of the audience, was paired with the strategic use of specific words: unsettling, disturbing, shocking, graphic, controversial. This way, the audience is dragged into an exact route, even before watching the movie. However, according to some of the viewers who were there during the premiere, some people left after the first half of the 4-hour-long movie. There was no explicit mention of people needing psychological assistance on the spot after the screening. Another tactic around the time of the premiere of the movie at Sundance included a crooked representation of Jackson supporters as dangerous individuals who might threaten the attendees, to the point that police was needed. The reality, however, was much different. In order to spin the narrative of Jackson being an abuser and a bad man, the film uses specific subliminal messages, such an image of Michael looking at a TV while Adolf Hitler is on the screen. At the same time, in the movie trailer, an innocent birthday message for Wade Robson suddenly becomes creepy with the help of some unsettling music in the background. The reality is that Jackson would send that kind of message to everyone, and only Robson has claimed it was some twisted form of grooming. And now let's take a look at some of the many similar messages Jackson has recorded throughout his life, for countless people.
This is a very short speech, but straight from the heart. I just want to say I'm very honored and very happy. I love you all. Thank you very much.
I'm honored to be recognized by Billboard, which is considered to be the Bible of the industry. Nothing would have prevented me from sharing this special occasion, other than heal the world and my commitment to tour on its behalf.
Hello, Top of the Pops. Hello, and thank you for all your love, your support, and your loyalty. I love you all so much. It has been a source of strength and inspiration. I wish you a very happy Christmas and a peaceful New Year. I look forward to seeing you soon, and I love you all dearly. Thank you very much. Mandy Porter, I hope you're feeling better. I miss you and love you. And tell all your friends who worked on the dance performance, that was brilliant. Tell them I loved it very much and enjoyed it very much. May you have the best of joy and peace and good health in the future and forever. Love always, MJ.
Since the announcement of its premiere at Sundance, it became pretty evident that the chances of watching Leaving Neverland during the festival were almost null, for anyone who was not strictly connected to the media. The promotional machine included the careful selection of the audience that would see the movie before it would air on TV. Media personalities, tabloid reporters, and journalists from Channel 4, one of the networks that co-produced the film, had the chance to see it beforehand. So did Oprah Winfrey and her best pal Gayle King, together with media mogul David Geffen. However, the same fundamental right was never granted to the Jackson family, indirectly targeted in the slander that the movie perpetuates. Despite having requested to watch the movie several times, the Jacksons were always ignored. This tactic aims at creating only an exclusively favorable audience, and reducing any criticism to its bare minimum. Once again, the goal of the Leaving Neverland propaganda is to obtain the totality of favorable opinions even before the movie gets broadcasted on TV. That is why director Dan Reed has been talking exclusively to magazines, journalists, and TV personalities that never challenge his blatant lies, omissions and specific agenda. At the same time, to create more buzz, and spin the narrative of Jackson being the abuser that he never was, the tabloid press has no problem reaching out to very questionable people who, in the past, have already sold fake news about the artist. Or have done even worse than that.
She and 4 other employees sued the singer for wrongful termination and lost.
Do you still owe the Jackson estate money?
I probably do, but Michael's dead now, you know.
Dan Reed, but also the media personalities working with him at the promotion of Leaving Neverland, have also been engaging in a constant ridiculing and belittlement of the counterparties, being them the Jackson family, Michael Jackson, or his fans. Belittling adversaries is strategic, as the audience will perceive them as unreliable and unimportant. They are not. creating hype for a slanderous and one-sided movie that does not present any evidence of any abuse, includes hitting the audience with a solid, constant, and favorable mythology through the most viral channels, social media. The promotion of Leaving Neverland did just that, engaging countless media personalities, most of whom linked to HBO or Channel 4, to influence the public opinion before the broadcasting of the movie. Please notice the constant use of specific words. It was also important that the strategy included people giving the impression they were fans of Jackson's, and then changed their mind because of the movie. In reality, it is clear from their words and previous contents on the matter that they were never Michael Jackson fans to begin with. Notice how these people act as judges, juries, and executioners, substituting themselves to the authorities that have investigated Jackson for over 10 years, finding no proof of any wrongdoing but, on the contrary, disturbing evidence of never-ending extortion attempts. This behavior is only possible because Jackson is dead. If he were alive, these same people would be sued for slander. Another classic strategy is accusing your counterparty of doing what you are been doing. Not only whoever presents facts, information, and valid official documents in Jackson's favor gets mocked, harassed, muted or blocked on social media, but his supporters are also accused of being bots paid by the Michael Jackson estate. It is not true. On the other hand, these tweets coming from different media personalities, paid to promote Leaving Neverland, look eerily similar. The assumption that fans, or merely unbiased people, haven't watched the movie and therefore cannot judge is also false. Some of them have, and they all confirm the same details that will be thoroughly examined in further videos. Part of the strategy put together to promote Leaving Neverland, and sway the public opinion in favor of perjurous Robson and Safe Chuck, consists in omitting crucial and game-changing information while, at the same time, repeating the same lies over and over again in the media. The effect generated by this behavior is easy to figure: an echo chamber. Repetition makes false information seem more genuine, even when it's not. Interestingly enough, repeat a lie often enough and it becomes the truth, is a law of propaganda often attributed to the Nazi Joseph Goebbels. It is, in fact, an effective technique of perception. Not only Robson and Safe Chuck change their versions, withhold information, and lie in the movie, if one compares their words to what they declared under oath in their pursuit of a monetary settlement with the Michael Jackson estate. Director Dan Reed uses the same technique, overlooking important facts regarding his actors and declaring glaring falsities, such as these. Given the one-sided approach the media are taking when it comes to Leaving Neverland, Reed, Safe Chuck, and Robson are never challenged in their contradictions, and the reliable effect seems to be working just fine. The strategy is clear: people tend to rate items they've seen before as more likely to be true, regardless of whether they are true or not, and seemingly for the sole reason that they are more familiar. Without any contradictory, this tactic works even better, and that is why very limited space on TV or the press has been given to the Jacksons, or to anyone defending Michael.
You like your relationship with Wade though? Yeah. Because it goes deep. It's not just like he's a really close family friend of yours.
Yeah, this isn't like somebody that I just met a few times. Right. Or
so what's your relationship with him?
What was your relationship?
Was. I mean, I met him around, I want to say 91, 92 at the latest. I was approximately 10 years old. So yeah, he developed a little crush on me and had been talking to my Uncle Michael about it and wanted to get to know me further. So my uncle, being an uncle, set us up. He invited us both to the ranch. We spent about a week together. His family and my family. My brother was there, his mom and his sister. Everybody was there. We got to know each other, and towards the end of the trip, he very sweetly said, "Would you be my girlfriend?" And so that was, you know, an innocent young relationship that started. We were friends for a long time, which turned into a relationship. I knew him for at least 10 years. At this, we had a 10-year, I'm going to say, friendship relationship.
Now, how old were you when you guys started dating?
I want to say, like Bree said, around 12 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you dated for how long?
This was 7+ years.
Oh, wow. So
yeah. I want to tell you 8-9 years, but I don't want to misquote. I'm going to say 7+ years.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
He was kind of obsessed with her too, by the way. He was, I remember a couple of times, he just always wanted to, like, I remember one time we were all in the car and we piled up and he was like, you were sitting on his lap and like, he really liked Brandy. So this is like shocking to me because he really liked her. Like, I felt like he did.
Yeah, no, this was, you know, a genuine relationship.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I've been hearing is that they said that Michael didn't want him around girls or something.
Yeah, that's my understanding too.
Right.
That's something that he's saying. And my uncle put us together. What are you talking about? He didn't want you around girls? What? I don't understand.
Right.
And if you are supposedly having this relationship with him, why would he set you up with someone?
Exactly.
None of this makes any sense.
Every marketing strategy has a series of micro goals and a final objective, and Leaving Neverlands is no different. In this case, not only the media are aiming at generating income by the broadcasting of the slanderous mockumentary, but also at promoting what they have been pushing relentlessly for the past 30 years, the complete assassination of Michael Jackson. They are trying to resurrect him just to kill him again, in the vilest lynch mob of recent times. The media cannot, and will not be fair to Michael, as his mere existence and the never-ending stream of fake news about him have generated billions of dollars for the industry. Being fair now would not only equal to speak the truth and stop promoting a financially motivated vendetta, but also admit that the press has been lying about Jackson for decades. But even putting aside the monetary gain of slandering the most famous man on the planet, and the sick pleasure that destroying a groundbreaking artist might induce, there are also issues of racism and deflection, in what appears to be the concealing of many alleged predators in the entertainment industry. While Jackson gets slandered posthumously, and his own family doesn't have the chance to watch Leaving Neverland whereas many media personalities do, it's impossible not to notice how the documentary about Weinstein, Untouchable, disappeared into the shadows after premiering at the Sundance Festival at the same time Leaving Neverland was being heavily pimped by the media. In addition, nobody seems too interested in making a documentary about wealthy and powerful predator Jeffrey Epstein, who certainly got a much lighter and fairer treatment compared to the investigated, trialed, acquitted, cleared, and finally murdered Jackson. And neither Dan Reed, nor influential media personalities such as Oprah Winfrey, gave actual child abuse victim Corey Feldman the time of the day. Finally, nobody seems to be even remotely concerned by the disturbing and alarming language director Dan Reed uses in interviews, when referring to child sexual abuse. And nobody seems to be remotely concerned by the striking resemblance between the script for Leaving Neverland and a pedophilia fiction book written by Victor Gutierrez, a Chilean freelance writer close to Nam Black. Gutierrez was sued by Jackson for slander, and lost, running back to Chile without paying the artist the $2.7 million he owed him. No credible or real documentary would need this type of promotion. A good film promotes itself. This strategy only works with propaganda pieces.